fans of Let's Talk Chicago Bears. So they actually won yesterday. Can you believe it? And they won in great fashion, Lynn. 36-7. Wow, did everybody show up? And do you know this is the first one we've had in almost 2 months? Yeah. So, wow, what a day. I mean, you got to admit it was fun watching that game. I mean, you think to yourself, part of yourself is like, no, don't win now because we want draft. We want to have a high draft pick. But you know what? That was fun because we had so many good things that happened in that game. So I'm only going to talk about the positive today because for the last 2 months, all we've been talking about is negative, right? So let's talk some positive. So it was fun. First of all, David Montgomery, our running back. Hello, first play from scrimmage, he runs an 80-yard touchdown run. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good day. But then I started, it took me back to 2006. Remember when our running, oh God, what was his name? Our punt returner and our kick returner. He ran back for a touchdown, if you recall, off of a kick return, and why can't I remember? Devin Hester, and he went 90, 100 yards for a touchdown, and that was the only bright spot. But that didn't happen in yesterday's game, did it? No, but Montgomery is awesome. So he ran 11 attempts and had 113 yards. I mean, that 80-yard, those are like some of my favorite things is when the line is all bunched in and then all of a sudden the running back jumps out and takes off and everybody's behind him. I love those. I love those. So and you got to give a lot of credit to our offensive line because in the last 3 games, of course, that terrible Green Bay game, I don't know, it doesn't even count, but they have gotten better, a little bit better each week because we're running the ball. And Mitchell's throwing the ball, and he's having a little more time, and he's not getting sacked as much, although he did get sacked yesterday. But the Bears the line seems that whatever they're doing for some of the new guys that they plugged in, doing good. So now the Bears in the draft in the offseason need to go get a couple more. If we could get a couple good linemen, and I was watching some games on Saturday, college games, and God, there's some good lines out there. The Big Ten have a lot of good O linemen. Let's go get them. Wisconsin always has good ones. Iowa, because they core and feed them, man. So those are really good guys. So, my hats off to the line because it is getting better. They've taken a lot of crap this year. So in the last 2 games, hats off. You're doing it. Mitchell, talk about no errors yesterday. He made good decisions. Again, all right, well, I didn't say again, but Texas, we did play Texas. Okay, I get it. They're 4-9 now. We're 6-7. They're not that good, but their quarterback is, and he did not look good yesterday at all. Our defense showed up to play, did they not? But you know what? We played some shitty teams and looked shittier than them. We'll talk about Detroit. Look what happened there. We played a crappy team, and we couldn't beat them, and they beat us in the last 4 minutes when we were winning 10-0. I mean, we were winning by 10 points. So, you know what? We're just going to take this game and enjoy it because it really was fun. So Mitchell was 24 of 33 attempts with 267 yards, no turnovers, and he was sacked a couple times, but it didn't really hurt. Too bad. I think he was sacked 3 times, maybe. And then he threw 3 touchdowns. And then this only goes to make me think, because if you've been watching my show all year, I'm a Mitchell fan over Foles. Am I one of these, crazy people? Well, yeah, I am crazy, but not crazy enough to think he's like a great quarterback. But I knew he's better than he is. I've said it a million times on this show. Nagy fucked with his head. He was good, pretty good his first full year in 2018. Remember, he only played 1 year in college, so that's you gotta give this guy some seasons in the NFL to learn. He only played 1 whole year of college. That was it. And then we drafted him in 17, and he played a couple games, but on a very bad John Fox team. And then we were 12-4 in 2018, and then 19, he comes out and he looks completely different because of Nagy and Nagy's bad play calling. So, but Mitchell made good decisions yesterday. And I love when he runs around. He threw a ball yesterday, like sidearm like this, that reminded me of Mahomes. He does that all the time now. I know he's not Mahomes, so don't start yelling at the screen. What are you talking about, old lady? But I liked it, and I saw some real positives. And this is why I said they should never have had him out the whole time. Now, in that Atlanta game back when he was throwing interceptions and Foles came in and we ended up winning that game, he Mitchell had a bad game. But there was many weeks ago that we played a really good quarterback. What was his name? Tom Brady, and he had a really bad game in Soldier Field, didn't he? So it can happen. Even Aaron Rodgers has bad days. Um, um, all of them. Everyone's going to have a bad day. So, but Mitchell, he could have. It was okay that he sat him in the Atlanta game, and maybe one game afterwards, kind of get in his head, because Mitchell has said since he was sat, he's really done a lot more work, and he's looking at things differently. So, but I think he should have been playing more because I'm confident we would have won. I am confident that we would be at least 500, which I think we might be one or two games above 500 right now if Mitchell had started those games over Foles. That was a huge mistake, but whatever. Nagy's in love with Foles and can't stand Mitchell. I don't know why. But I'm really proud of Mitchell for the decision making he's making. I just don't, it kind of makes me a little nervous, though. All of a sudden, the Bears are getting it going, and this and that. Is the brass up above going to go, oh, well, wait a minute. Let's just say for the giggles of it, we're not going to beat Green Bay. Well, we might beat Green Bay. That would be my goal. Because now it's Minnesota Sunday. Then we got Jacksonville, which we should beat, and then Green Bay. Let's just say for the giggles of it, we win all three. Is higher up going to go, and Mitchell does good? Maybe we don't need to make changes. So I'm a little nervous about that. I would not mind seeing them re-sign Mitchell. Not necessarily a lot of money, because he hasn't proven it yet. Maybe they have to do it a prove it contract, 1 or 2 years, and then still go draft the guy I've been watching in college. Okay, let's get back on the Robinson. 9 catches for 132. Excuse me, 9 catches for 123 yards, and he passed 1,000 yards total yesterday. Good job, and this is the second time in his career he's done it, and he made some really awesome catches yesterday. I love Robinson, and the Bears really need to pay him. They really, really need to pay him so that my son was saying to me, I'm afraid he's not going to want to be with the Bears. So the Bears really got to work with him. Mr. Mooney, number 11, and Clement are number 85. Mooney is our wide receiver. Clement is the tight end, and they both had really good games yesterday. I love seeing Mr. Mooney get involved in the game. He had a couple really good catches, and I just more and more I want to see that ball in his hands because I think he is going to be something special. And I've been saying that all year. And this is funny. This is the first game all year that the Bears actually scored a touchdown in the third quarter. It has not happened all year. This is the whole thing. It's really quite pathetic, but oh well, we scored one, right? Yes. And the good news also, so the offense, you did nothing wrong. We got our kicker made all his kicks. It was just a really good day for the offense. Now, the Bears defense, they decided to show up, including Mr. Mack, and that was really nice to see. The offense had 7 sacks and a safety. Mack had a sack and a safety. Woo! And Mack had a sack, safety, forced a fumble, and recovered it in the first half of the game. That was pretty damn good. Then Edwards, number 97 of the defense, had 2 sacks. Roquan Smith, number 58, had 2 sacks. Nichols, who I think has been playing lights out this whole season, he's number 98. He had one sack. And the other one is Urban, number 92. He also had one sack. But that Nichols guy, I'm really liking what I see from him. Um, the one thing I did not mention the last after the Detroit debacle was somebody I'm really, and he wasn't in because of concussion, and we didn't miss him. Is our cornerback number 24, Buster Shine. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he was out with a concussion and he sucks. I mean, the Green Bay picked on him, Detroit picked on him. He is just not good. So, to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure who played in his place, but whoever it was, definitely doing a much better job than number 24. So the Bears should kind of revisit that for next week's game. Maybe sitting that guy again because he has not been good the last 3-4 games, and if you know who I'm talking about. The Bears, as I said, had 2 turnovers they forced, and the only bad thing, and this is a bugaboo of mine, is they did have 7 penalties for 44 yards, but that was only 44 yards. It was 7 penalties, and really the penalties came in the second half. There was only once or twice. The one time I can remember in the third quarter that it stalled a drive for the Bears, but at that point it didn't really matter because we were going to win that game. I mean, if we were going to be up 30-7 and they were going to come back and win, I think people would have been if that would have been happening, if we would have lost that game yesterday, there would have been a coup for sure. But I wanted to talk about the Bears uniforms. The Bears uniforms that they wore yesterday are from the 1936 team, and the Bears have worn them 3 times now. Twice last year and once this year, and every time they've worn them, they've won. So I'm saying maybe we should keep wearing that uniform. I mean, how superstitious us fans are. But I gotta say, I love the helmets. I think they are very cool. I love those helmets, but I'm not a big fan of those orange and blue striped socks that they were wearing. And it took me a while. I couldn't figure out why the song from The Wizard of Oz, the Lollipop Gang, kept going through my head. And I found myself singing it out loud. I was like, why am I saying this? And then I looked at the socks that the Bears players were wearing. I'm like, that's it. They look like the Munchkins from the Lollipop Gang of the Wizard of Oz. So I thought that was kind of funny. But hey, man, if we can win, if they keep winning those uniforms, I say wear them. But the helmet is really cool. But it was really a fun game. I mean, there's really nothing bad to say. Let's just enjoy this one this week, right? Let's enjoy it. Let's cherish it because who knows how many more we're going to get, right? And one thing I was telling you last week, I was watching the Zach Wilson from BYU, and I watched him last Saturday night. And I got to tell you what, he's young, but he's impressive. He really is impressive, and he just looks like somebody that would fit into the Bears organization by some of the stuff. And I don't know. As I told you, they've had some good quarterbacks come out of BYU, so I'd be down. Now, right now, he's projected to go number 5 in the quarterback rating, of all the quarterbacks that are coming out. Well, it's not for sure he's coming out. He's a junior, but he's coming out because he is just looking good. So right now, he's rated 5th out of the quarterbacks. But that changes. It changes so much. So, but the Bears could have a chance. See, that's why I would have no problem with them paying Mitchell a prove-it contract and then drafting somebody like this Zach Wilson and letting him sit for a year and watch. Maybe playing here and there, kind of if we can. But I don't want Foles doing it. I'm sorry, I don't. I know a lot of people like Foles. I don't want that guy's doing it. He's done. He's over the hill. Let him go. I know the Bears have some cap money problems, so that's going to be a problem for them, I think, this year. But let's see, right? But that's what I say. We're going to talk more as the rest of the season goes on about the draft, and I'm sticking around. And I do plan, I think I will be doing a live draft show. That's next April. So, with a guest, I think. So, but we got a ways to go there. So, it's been so long, as I said, almost 2 months since we won. And when we were winning before, if you've ever been to a Bears game, they sing this really bad song, the Bears theme song. Every time they score a touchdown or a field goal in Soldier Field, they sing, everybody stands up and sings the song, and it's really bad. But so I kind of tweaked it today. And what I was doing before was when the Bears won on Monday, Victory Monday, I sang the victory song. So it has been 2 months. So what do you guys think? And I did tweak it a little bit. It might not rhyme like it should, but who cares, right? It's a really bad song. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. It's the Bears victory song. I don't know who wrote it, how many years. It's probably 100 years old. It definitely needs to be rewritten, in my opinion. So I don't know. Maybe mine will be the one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure not. So you ready? A 1, 2, and a 3. Bear down, Chicago Bears. You actually won a game for us yesterday. Bear down, Chicago Bears. You put up a fight with the might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation with your score of 36-7. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Let them know why you're wearing the blue and orange socks. Because that's what helped us win today. You're the pride and joy of Bears Nation. At least that's what the song says. So let's hope 2021 is our year to bounce back. So let's go bear down, Chicago Bears. See, it really didn't rhyme at all, especially that last paragraph. Who wrote that? I have no idea. So it is a happy day, isn't it? So I know it's a double-edged sword because if they keep winning, we go down in the draft. But yesterday was freaking fun, and us fans deserve it. So that's it for today. I will see you on Friday. We will go over the Jags game, the Minnesota game, and I've got a good story for you, a good personal story for you on the Minnesota Vikings and Chicago Bears and myself. And we'll see what else pops up during the week, okay? So, as always, I sign off my show the same way. Take care of one another. Be kind to each other. This is just a tough year. It's almost over. We're in it together. And, we all want 2021 to come. It's not going to change a super lot, but it does bring us hope. So, as always, keep on rocking and rolling from Vegas, baby. I'll see you later on Let's Talk Chicago Bears.